What's up guys, Mad Fragger. I am back yet again, got another fragrance video for you, and today I just got a few fragrances from my collection that I really just wanted to kind of bring to your attention because each one of these fragrances are ones that really surprised me, really kind of like stood out and made me take immediate notice the first time that I got my nose on them. And just for one reason or another, really kind of like, stood out and again, just really surprised me. Um, normally we pick up a fragrance, you watch a video, maybe a content creator does a review and you watch that, or you read the notes, or you know, find out some information about the fragrance ahead of time. You kind of know what you're getting into. Um, and especially if it's a clone, maybe you already know what that scent profile is or what the DNA consists of, and it's going to be either really good or maybe it isn't so good. But one way or the other, it's not really often, at least in my case, it's not very often that a fragrance really kind of like takes me by surprise and I'm like, whoa, like that is surprisingly great. And these are some fragrances that did that for me when I first got my nose on these. Every one of these, I was like, wow, I'm so surprised that is just really good. So the first one that I want to discuss is going to be Burberry Brit. This one here is an older fragrance. There's nothing new about this one. Been out for a good amount of time. I've the Burberry line of fragrances. I've tried quite a few from them, and to be honest, a lot of the Burberry fragrances I didn't care much for, and I kind of had reached a point where I was kind of right. I kind of wrote off Burberry fragrances like I don't think they're really my speed. And then I seen this at my local Walmart of all places, in the clearance aisle, and I think I only paid like 24 bucks for it. Pretty sure you can pick it up on discounters for a little more than that, like around the $30 range. But this one really surprised me when I got this home and I opened this up and smelled it. It really, really surprised me when I first wore this one. There's some cardamom and ginger in here in the top, and it opens up really bright and vibrant. It's got some spicy freshness to it, but the rose in here, there is a rose in the mid of this fragrance that isn't real, like, overpowering, or like it doesn't dominate the fragrance at all. It just kind of skirts the edges. But the rose that's in here, the way that rose is used in this fragrance is just amazing. Like I really like it. um, I am a fan of rose fragrances, but at the time that I picked this up, I think I only had at the time like a couple. I tried a couple fragrances that had a rose kind of aspect to them. And when I smelled this, and the way that, like I said, the rose is used in this is just incredible. The way it comes off, and for a fresh kind of style of fragrance like this, that rose is just perfect in here. And this one, when I first got my nose on it, it really did surprise me at how good it was. And I was also surprised by the performance. Now, in this case, the reason I think that I was so surprised was, number one, I tried other Burberry fragrances and they weren't really my vibe. Didn't really do it for me. And this one did, big time. And the performance on this one is really good. It's not like beast mode fragrance or anything like that, but off my skin, I get an easy 8 hours out of this. Projects really well. Has a great sillage to it. Overall, just a really, really good fragrance. And to me, I was very surprised at just how good this fragrance is, especially, like I said, after I didn't really care too much for some of the other Burberrys, Burberry Touch being one of those. But yeah, this one, excellent. So that's Burberry Brit, really, really good one. And the next one that surprised me was going to be this guy, Lattafa Atlas. Now, the reason that this one surprised me so much is when I first got this and I did the unboxing and I first smelled this, I was immediately transported to a Ron John surf shop. I grew up in Florida, in a beach town in Melbourne, Florida, and I've been in and out of surf shops a lot. As a younger man, I used to surf and skateboard, and as soon as I smelled this, it immediately made me think of a surf shop. It's salty, it's really fresh and bright and kind of vibrant. It's got like a real snappy vibrancy to it. And then it's got some saltiness. There's a little bit of a kind of a mossy, almost a seaweed kind of aspect here. But yeah, the reason that this one surprised me so much, besides the fact that the scent profile just immediately put me in 1990 Ron John Surf Shop, was this one is very, very strong. And when I first got it, I had read some reviews and heard some stuff about it, and I heard that it was a very strong fragrance. But when I first got it, it wasn't so much. It was good. It was above average. Wore really well, projected pretty good, but it wasn't overly strong. Then after I let this one sit in the collection for about a month, and I wore it again, actually, maybe it was more like a couple months, and I pulled this out and wore it because the weather was getting warm. It was a little bit of a warmer day outside. And this thing just turned into a complete monster. It's so strong, but in such a great way. You're definitely going to get noticed wearing this. You're definitely going to get compliments wearing this, because this thing will reach out and grab people by their snout and just drag them in. It's very, very, it is very, very strong, but it's also a very pleasant, very, like the kind of scent that it is kind of, I would call it like, in a way, mass appealing, but then in a way, it's also kind of got like really good, a really good character to it as well. So yeah, Lattafa's Atlas. This is a really good fragrance, budget fragrance, a clone of Mega Mare by Eau de Parisi, and right in that $30 range, standard clone price range. And yeah, that one, very, very good. Surprised me for a couple different reasons, and really, really glad that I picked that one up. And this is one that I'll probably get another bottle of when this runs out, because I really like this fragrance quite a bit. Another one that I was very surprised by, and that's going to be Coach Platinum. And the reason on this one is similar to the Burberry here, and that is I had tried a couple Coach fragrances. The original Coach, I tried that one, and Coach Green, which Coach Green is really great. But this one, I came across this, got a chance to pick this up from a guy was selling it on Marketplace, and picked this up. And when I tried this and I wore this, I was really pleasantly surprised. First of all, this is a great spring, summer, warm weather style fragrance. It's bright. It's again, I'm going to use the word again. It's one that I like to use with fresher fragrances. It's vibrant. It is very vibrant, and it's got a good nice woody backbone to it. And the thing about it is, I've tried, like I said, a couple of other Coach fragrances, and this one to me is like kind of sets itself apart from those. Like, I haven't tried all the Coach frags, but out of the few that I've tried, this one is clearly, in my opinion, the best and clearly my favorite. And I'm really glad that I went ahead and grabbed this, pulled the trigger on this one, because I really, really like this fragrance. It's a very good spring and summer fragrance, and it just surprised me. The quality and the performance is really good on it. All that stuff just really kind of took me by surprise in the way that I had smelled some other Coach fragrances that I wasn't so surprised about, or I wasn't so so happy with. Like, it was just they were just kind of ho hum, like kind of mid, kind of generic, nothing really interesting going on there. Then I smelled this one, and it's like, oh, they got something right with that one. That's a good one. So the next one that surprised me was going to be this one, and that is Ultra Red Man by Paco Rabanne. This is a fragrance that is similar to I think it's a Mugler. I believe it's Mugler Zest, but I think there's more to the name of the fragrance than that. It's something Zest, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, the thing with this one is it was discontinued for a while. And what happens when they discontinue a fragrance typically? You start seeing it pop up on eBay and stuff like that at like enormous prices. And that happened with this one. And then somebody found like a batch laying around somewhere, or who knows what happened. I don't know exactly what happened. But then this decided to pop back up, and it's still easily available at discounters for around the $30 price range. And it's got this really unique stapler style atomizer, really cool. The presentation on this is really unique and unusual. And what you get here is a really bright and fresh orange creamsicle opening. And it's kind of a playful, kind of really sweet, what you'd expect from a Paco Rabanne fragrance, really, kind of sweet and engaging and just addicting scent profile. And then you got some patchouli in the base that kind of rounds it out and makes it a little more mature in the dry down. But this is one you can wear. It's very versatile. You can wear this in cool weather. You can wear this in a little warmer weather. I think it's a great one to wear for spring and summer. Really comes off the skin nice when the weather's warm. And I was super surprised at how good this was, because to be honest, the novelty of the bottle was one of the reasons that I decided to pick this up. I was like, it's a Paco Rabanne, and I figured, okay, it's got to be all right. And the bottle was so cool. This kind of stapler atomizer really got my attention. And a lot of the reason that I decided to pull the trigger on this one was the presentation and this unusual atomizer. But then when I got it in and I smelled it, I was like, oh my God, that is incredible. And the more I wore it, the more I came to appreciate it, the more I came to love it. And I'm really surprised at what a great fragrance this is. And I don't see it talked about a lot. I don't see a lot of reviewers talking about it, but it is a really good one to have in the collection, and I'm really glad that I have it. So the next one I've got is going to be Moschino's Toy Boy. And another one, like I said with the Rabanne, I'd seen this one pop up a bunch of times. I'd seen people talk about it. And the presentation here, the teddy bear presentation looks like a black licorice gummy bear. Really cool, unusual, unique presentation, which I like. And I said, you know what, I want to give that a try. And I was kind of going through a thing, like I said, when I was talking about the Brit, I was kind of experimenting with some rose-based fragrances and kind of starting to get interested in fragrances with the note of rose. And so I grabbed this and it blew me away. When I first got this thing, I picked it up at my local TJ Maxx. I didn't order this one from a discount or nothing. It was at TJ Maxx on a red sticker deal for like $26, I think, for this bottle. And picked it up, and as soon as I smelled this, I just fell in love with it. This is a absolutely wonderful fragrance, especially if you're somebody who is a fan of rose fragrances. This one is undeniably red rose. Like, it's this deep and rich and almost kind of a mysterious kind of red rose vibe going on here. Really good one for cool weather, and a fragrance that, from the minute I smelled this, I was in love with it. And very, very masculine for a rose fragrance. A fragrance with a floral aspect to it. Very masculine, and one of my favorites. In my collection, like, it quickly became one of my favorites because I just really was blown away by this scent profile. When I smelled it, I was taken aback because I wasn't expecting what I got out of it. I was expecting it to be, okay, whatever, like, cool little, neat, what do you call it? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a catchy kind of little presentation, like attention grabbing kind of presentation. And I didn't expect the fragrance itself to be what it is, but totally blown away by this one, and really, really good. If you're a rose fragrance lover, definitely pick this one up and check it out, because I think it'll surprise you as well. It's very good quality, great performance, all that kind of thing. Great fragrance. So the last one that I want to talk about, and it's a Dua. Now the Dua brand, I only have I think I have 5 of them, and I've only kind of touched the surface of exploring the Dua, because there's just thousands. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. There's like thousands of Dua fragrances. Go to their website and look at how many different varieties of fragrances. I mean, there's so many, and they're all X straight. And I'm sure that some of you out there are aware, X straight doesn't always mean better performance. Believe that. But I've had a few Duas, and I got to be honest, I wasn't like blown away or overly impressed after I picked up a couple. And then when I got to this one, I picked this one up, and this one really kind of like set itself apart for me as far as the Dua fragrances that I have in the collection, the ones I do own. This one is miles above and beyond better than the other ones that I have. This is Midnight. Well, I always want to say Midnight. It's Ultimate Rendezvous. They do have a fragrance called Midnight Rendezvous, but this one is Ultimate Rendezvous. And the difference is this one is a clone of L'Homme, YSL L'Homme Ultime, which is a discontinued fragrance. Really great freshy. So bright and snappy and attention grabbing, and absolutely outstanding for warm weather, hot weather. Like if it's a hot day out, spray this thing on. It jumps off your skin in the warmer weather. It projects really good, leaves a great scent trail, lasts a long time. This is easily, clearly, at least out of the Duas that I have, like I say, I only have 5, but out of the 5 that I have, this is miles above the others as far as how much I like this one compared to the other ones that I've tried. So if you're looking to get a really attention-grabbing, long-lasting fragrance that's great for hot weather, summer weather, and you're considering, checking out the House of Dua, this is one to get and try out. Midnight Rendezvous. Again, it's inspired by L'Homme Ultime, and I believe that Midnight Rendezvous. Let me rephrase here. Midnight Rendezvous, I believe, is a dupe of YSL L'Homme, and then this one, Ultimate Rendezvous, is a dupe of L'Homme Ultime. Can get a little confusing, especially with these Dua brand fragrances, because the way that they name these is sometimes you can have a couple that are really similarly named. Like, for instance, I've got 2 over here. One of these is Fire God Mango Infusion, which is God of Fire, inspiration of God of Fire, but with like a heavy dose of mango in it. And then this one is Imagine the Fire God, and they're different interpretations of the fragrance God of Fire. And then there's even one more, I think. Yeah, there's even one more of these that's and the names are all kind of fairly similar, but just with a little kind of difference to them. And it can get confusing with these things, so you got to really pay attention and make sure. Luckily, Dua, their website is pretty good when you're choosing a fragrance on their website. You can, if say there's a specific designer or niche fragrance that you're looking to find an inspiration of, you can type it in and it'll bring up what they offer that is inspired by that fragrance. And then but just kind of be careful, because they can get a little tricky with the names on these. So thanks for joining me for another video, guys. I really appreciate you. Thanks for watching, especially those of you who watched to the end. Yeah, these are all great fragrances. Every one of these has really good performance. Every one of these is very good and has a great scent profile, and I would recommend any of these for your collection. But just for in one way or another, all of these really took me by surprise personally for one reason or another, as I explained. And who knows, you might pick one of these up and you know what I mean, it may be more than you expected. So again, thanks for joining me. Go ahead and like and subscribe and follow me on TikTok if you would. I'd really appreciate that. It helps the channel. I'm the Mad Fragger. Thanks for joining me again, and I'll see you next time.